page, let me just see. Okay, we're on page 262. The last time we ended the section number 21, and at this point the Buddha makes the decision he accepts the request of Brahma Sahampati to teach the Dhamma, and so he declares open for them are the doors to the deathless. Let those with ears now show their faith. So now the Buddha has made this commitment to begin teaching. Then Brahma, after receiving this assurance from the Buddha, then Brahma disappears. Okay, so now we're beginning paragraph 22. And so now the Buddha comes to now that he's made the decision to start teaching, he faces the question, to whom should I first teach the Dhamma? And then this is followed by the other question, next question, who will understand this Dhamma quickly? See, Buddha is very modern, he wants quick results. Okay, and so in a way this is going to be a momentous historical event that's lying just ahead. But now the Buddha is the one who's reached the supreme enlightenment, and he's recognized that other people, other beings have this capacity for enlightenment. They're like lotus flowers in different stages of growth. And there are some lotus flowers that are just on the surface of the water, just waiting for the sun to rise, to shed its light. And when the light hits the lotus flowers blossom. So the Buddha wants to find those people or beings who are like the lotus flowers on the surface of the water, just ready to blossom, who will be able to understand the Dhamma quickly. This would be people who say in past lives have done meritorious deeds and who have cultivated quite vigorously in this life, so they already have very strong faculties of energy, samadhi, concentration, and this urge to understand the truth and to gain liberation. Okay, so then as soon as that question comes into the Buddha's mind, then the sort of thought occurs to him, Alara Kalama is wise, intelligent, and discerning. He has long had a little dust in their eyes. Okay, so this is like a very key phrase, having a little dust in one's eyes. This goes back actually to the time when the Buddha was surveying the world with the eye of a Buddha. Just about a paragraph up, we see that the Buddha said, after surveying the world with the eye of the Buddha, he says, I saw beings with little dust in their eyes and with much dust in their eyes. Okay, so Alara Kalama is one who has long had little dust in his eyes. Then he thinks, suppose I taught the Dhamma first to Alara Kalama, he will understand it quickly. Okay, now what is being conveyed in this passage? As I said last week, usually if we look deeply into the suttas, we can see that some kind of message is being conveyed. And so, the way I see it, there's a certain message being conveyed in this passage right here. Not simply the words on the surface, but something else is underlying this. What might it be? Any ideas?
Maybe you want to show gratitude
Exactly. Yeah, he wants to show gratitude because who is Alara Kalama?
His teacher.
His first meditation teacher. And so he wants to repay almost the debt of gratitude. And so he thinks, let me go to my first teacher and share the Dhamma with him. Okay, so then when this thought comes to his mind, then deities approach him and say, Venerable Sir, Bhante, Alara Kalama died 7 days ago. And then within his own mind, the knowledge arises that Alara Kalama died 7 days ago. So then he thinks that Alara Kalama has lost a great, potentially a great benefit. If he had heard the Dhamma, he would have understood it quickly. So then he thinks, he again considers to whom should I teach the Dhamma? And then who should he think of but Uddaka Ramaputta. And who was Uddaka Ramaputta? You remember?
The second teacher.
Who was the second meditation teacher? Okay, so then he thinks, okay, let me teach the Dhamma to Uddaka Ramaputta. He will understand it quickly. But then when that thought comes to him, then the text says, deities approached me and said, Venerable Sir, Uddaka Ramaputta died last night. And then the knowledge and vision arose in me. Uddaka Ramaputta died last night. And then the same thing, that Uddaka Ramaputta has missed out on a great benefit. Doesn't it seem a little peculiar that, he's been practicing meditation in the forest for 6 years, 7 years, 6 years, and, all of this time, these two teachers are alive, and suddenly, actually, he would have reached his enlightenment, according to some texts, 7 weeks earlier, according to other texts, 4 weeks earlier. So at the time he reached enlightenment, his teachers were still alive. If he had gone to teach them immediately after, he could have met them. It's a bit peculiar, I have to say, that one teacher dies 2 weeks earlier and the other teacher dies just the night before. A little bit of a suspicious coincidence. Any significance in that? Of course, it could simply be historical fact.
I want to say Mara got rid of him.
Yeah.
What confuses me is that even though they might have died, I would imagine you could still reach them.
Excuse me?
What confuses me is that even though they might have died,
Yeah.
you could still reach them.
Well, actually not. Even though they died, you see, they had each mastered the arupa meditations, the formless meditative attainments. And because of that mastery, they would have been reborn in formless realms. So they have no physical body, no physical sense organs. And so they have no way of, I mean, this is getting a little bit beyond my sphere of confidence, but, this and learning to use an iPod are both a little beyond my sphere of confidence. But they don't have any sense faculties, any physical body. And so the Buddha can teach the beings in the ordinary Deva worlds, the Brahma worlds, but in the formless worlds, they don't have ears, so they can't hear him. They don't have eyes, they can't see him, he can't see them.